A very good morning to all. Welcome to online class of Informatics Practices class 11th. I hope all are healthy and fine. I would also like to congratulate all the students for choosing this subject, and I assure that it would be helpful for you in many ways in future. So without wasting our time, let's start with Informatic Practices first chapter, Computer System. Now before beginning with this, I just wanted to explain you the contents or the chapters of our syllabus. So basically in your syllabus we have total 10 chapters. First is your computer system, which is completely theory based chapter. Then after that we have all these chapters getting started with Python, Python fundamentals, data handling, control of flow of control, list manipulations, dictionaries. These all are your Python based chapter. Then database concept, structured query language, these both are based on your DBMS package, and this is again your theory based chapter. So basically what you have to understand that in your complete syllabus you will be having two theory chapters, and then over here from second chapter till seventh chapter you'll be having a programming language which is Python in your syllabus, and then you have one RDBMS, that is relational database management system. We will be using MySQL and it is a software, and in that we are going to learn about one language which is your structured query language. So basically these all things we are going to cover this year. I hope this is clear. So we will be starting with the first chapter, that is computer system. Fine. Now to start with this particular computer system first chapter, the very first thing is the introduction about computer. The question is, what is computer? Now when we talk about computer, we know it is nothing but the electronic device which is capable of doing three things. First is I, then P, and then O. This is what is a computer. Basically a computer can do these three tasks: I, P, and O. When we talk about I stands for input. Input means the raw material that we wanted to give to the computer system is called as input. And for giving of input there are so many devices available. For example, your keyboard, your mouse, your joystick. There are so many ways to give instructions or the input to the system. So basically input is those all devices. Then next we are having is the PP stands for processing unit. Processing unit is basically the place where actually all the calculations goes on. Whatever raw data we are sending from the input part will be processed over here in the processing unit. Okay, once the processing is complete, then the result will be stored or will be shown to you with the help of any of the output devices. Okay, so output device, let it be your monitor system or your printer. So like this we have so many output devices where we can see the overall processed form or the output of our data. Okay, then after this text we are having is what is hardware. See, hardware is nothing but the physical component that which is available in the computer system. Basically whatever you see in computer system, whatever the physical component you can touch is what called as the hardware of the computer system. For example, your keyboard, your mouse, your monitor, your printer, these all things are your hardware devices. Everything you can touch, you can see, and you can feel. Okay, so this is what called as the hardware. Then next we are having is the software. Softwares are nothing but the programs which is installed inside your computer system. You can see them but you cannot touch them. Okay, it is basically placed or stored inside your computer system. We use these softwares to interact with the hardware part of the computer system. I hope these all things are clear to you. And one example of software is like what whenever you open your system is first example is operating system. Then you use so many softwares like MS Office, your MS Paint. These all things are the example of your softwares. Okay, now move to the next thing, that is components of a computer system. Now see what you should know. Most important thing. This is what called as the physical structure of the computer system, how the different types of units are connected with each other. Okay, then after this physical components, physical connection, we will discuss later on the logical structure. So this is the physical structure, how the informations or the units are connected with each other. If you will see it properly, you can see overall this is broadly divided into input unit, output unit, central processing unit, primary memory and secondary storage unit. And how they are connected with each other is shown over here in this particular diagram. So now what you have to understand, the very first thing is your input unit, as we have discussed about IPO. So this is nothing but your I part, that is your input part. So what you can assume, any of the input device is connected and with this we can send the information. You can see the arrow, with the arrow you can understand that it is going towards the CPU. So generally we are sending the instructions or the data from the input device to the CPU, that is your central processing unit. Your central processing unit is also known as the brain of computer system. Why it is called as brain of computer system? Because actually everything is controlled by this central processing unit only. Okay, so therefore we are saying that it is nothing but the brain of computer system. Now when we talk about CPU, it is again having two more parts. First is the control unit and then second is your arithmetic and logical unit. Control unit is actually responsible for sending or receiving of all the informations in your system. So basically it controls all the flow of information or the data in your computer system. This is what the work of the control unit is. Then next we are having is the arithmetic and logical unit. With the name only you can understand all your arithmetical calculations and all your logical calculations inside the CPU is done over here at the ALU part. Then next we are having is the primary memory. Generally we are using the primary memory for storing of the information. For example, we use registers over here, and register is also a primary memory. So what we do, like whatever data we wanted to give to CPU for processing part or after calculation, if CPU wanted to use any memory, that which is what called as the register. So basically the memory of the CPU is called as registers. Then it can interact with the secondary storage devices for storing of the information or for retrieving any information. And once the processing is done, overall processing is done, it will be stored in the output unit, that is your O part. This is your P part, IPO, input process output cycle. Okay, this output device can be your monitor or can be your printer, anything like that. Okay, then after that next we are having is, as I said that we are going to discuss about the logical structure of computer system. So this basic computer organization actually indicates the logical structure of computer system. If you will see this logical structure properly, what you have to simply understand that we are using one bus in between. Fine. This arrow, this is what called as a bus. Okay, now what is the role of this bus? Okay, the buses are used in computer system for carry information, for carrying instructions or the address of any information. So basically this is what the use of the bus. So what you have to understand that logically each and every devices, This is your CPU. Okay, this is your CPU. Then your memory unit, your storage unit, your output unit, and your input unit. Each and every unit is actually connected with the via bus with each other. So if you wanted to send any information to any part of the system, you need this bus. Okay, via bus only we are able to send the information. Now again what you have to see, first is your input unit. Again let it be keyboard or mouse which is used to send the information. Okay, it is connected with the bus. So via bus it will send the information to the CPU. CPU is having three parts. First is again your ALU, arithmetic and logical unit. Second is your control unit for controlling the overall communication in the system. And third is your registers. The memory of the CPU itself is called as a register. Okay, so again this is also connected with the bus, then your output unit, and then your memory unit and storage unit. I hope these all things are clear to you, and I expect that you open your book, go through these topics and get more informations about this. And if you have any problem, you can contact me so that your problems can be solved easily. Thank you so much and God bless you.